going to go from the UK to Argentina. Angelica Peralta Ramos. God, I butchered that. I was practicing that all morning. I really screwed that up. Is the multimedia director at La Nación in Buenos Aires, and she's going to talk a little bit about her work.
Oh, well, good morning. You've seen this. These are my gurus. Those who you've seen just now. I'm Angelica Peralta Ramos from La Nación in Buenos Aires, Argentina. We are in a very, very different context there. First, I want to talk about La Nación. It's based in Buenos Aires, Argentina, with a Sunday print circulation of 360,000 that has grown the last 4 years at 4% per year. La Nación's .com unique visitors per month is 8 million. We have 9 magazine titles, and we just bought 90% of Impremedia, that is a US Hispanic leading publishing company. Most of you may know. So a little about Argentina. Transparency, you just say. We are positioned in the now 100 over 180 in the corruption perception index, so we have an issue with transparency too. And we think data can help. We have no FOIA, no Freedom of Information Act, but we have a decree, and I think this is outdated because Brazil is now better than us. So if we ask for information in Argentina, perhaps when it's answered, it comes in paper. We are not participating now in the Open Government Partnership that 8 countries and 55 other countries are participating to work in open government and open data. And of course, we don't have a data.gov portal. But there is hope. There are portals in Argentina that are opening, and data is opening from the hacktivist world more than from official. But these are Buenos Aires data is from the government of Buenos Aires. Our judiciary system, Open Government Initiative 2, we have. The World Bank has lots of statistics also from Argentina, and INDEC has census data and lots of data in good quality. In La Nación, we found ourselves, we want to do data journalism, but we had no programmers in the newsroom, no team of 14 programmers. But we have a team that was willing to learn, and so we moved on, and we just said, what are we going to do? We're going to sit back and wait for others to build data sets? No, we started doing it ourselves. We think that information is there, but we have to make an extra effort and convert it ourselves. So we love PDFs. We decided to start small, to friend our IT and BI departments, and to start from scratch with IT and BI departments. And to learn some tools for non-programmers, just to have quick results. Yes, like Tableau Public, Excel for databases, and ClickView to analyze large data sets. And to build once and use many, have this approach for investing in developing data sets. So just one case study, we have 2 case studies. With Argentina's inflation data, in 2007, the government intervened in our national statistics initiative, and since then, INDEC has reported an annual inflation below 11%. Economists and provincial governments started reporting higher inflation rates, private consultants too. And in March 2011, Argentina fined firms over inflation data. They could not communicate this in their own CPIs. These firms teamed up with the opposition in Congress, and now they are releasing monthly this inflation data. And also The Economist says, don't lie to me, Argentina. So this, and they removed the figures from The Economist. So one very smart journalist in La Nación, he took this simple example of if inflation is related to poverty, and we cannot speak about inflation, and we think this has effects in poverty. This is a slum in Argentina 10 years ago, and with Google historical images, he shows, well, 2010, look at this. And the title says, will the government fine Google Earth? This is another example of the same thing. Another example to show what we say, data can show what we cannot tell. This is another example. We took a Consumers Association price index data set that contains 28 products of the supermarket. It's measured since 2002. And it always comes in the newspapers as a press release. This is a press release. We love this press release, but we convert it into a data set. And so we can show this price index in the two baskets, the leader and the economy one. But also, with the same data set, and we keep it monthly updated, we have the 28 products. So we have stories we can make with data of everyone and comparisons with Tableau Public that has a dynamic interface with data. This is a yerba mate story, for example, that you can do it. You can steal these infographics, and you can do it, compare it with another of your country, for example. The other thing we did, we put official inflation, and every month we update this with the private consultants' inflation that is released in Congress. So these are many ways to show the same as a map also. Another case, and this is our open, 1 month ago we started opening data ourselves with our sources, our own sources for journalists. We made a team, and we are converting things to Excel, to CSV. We are releasing this in our open data dashboard. It's powered by Junar, that is an open data platform, like perhaps you know Socrata, Bus Data, and these many like the new YouTubes of data that are out there. We integrated that into our platform, and now we have more than 100 data sets that we are keeping updated. Another case is the subsidies for the bus transportation system that we, Diego Cabot suggested we transform 400 PDFs of more than 1,000 rows each in 3 categories of subsidies. This was impossible to do, to process as a human, to analyze the information of each company that was receiving payments in cash every month. And subsidies were growing in Argentina a lot. For example, this is a PDF that has more than 1,000 lines. And this is coming without totals, but we have another that has totals. We are also committed to opening data, but there's no open data movement in Argentina. So we just, as a medium, we feel we have the duty to do it ourselves, and we are doing it. And that's why we are building the databases ourselves. We have launched a data blog, like following the Guardian's idea, and all these New York Times and Los Angeles Times are wonderful places to learn with their blogs where they explain how they do their work. But we are doing also an explorer of this subsidies data set. It's 235,000 rows. We found that these PDFs were changing and the payments were going backwards, so they were updated backwards. And so we took this challenge to a hackathon in Boston, and Matt Perry is a programmer, a Python programmer. He said this is a difficult challenge. He made a code for this that it's called PDF Spy, and he solved this problem of looking backwards for PDFs that are overwriting themselves, and we copied that, and now we are monitoring the changes of PDFs 2 years from now. Thank you.